students, welcome to the next lecture on the CSIR Net 2024 mathematical solution. This is the part third of this mathematical solution. Myself, Dr. Harish Garg. You can find me on my YouTube channel. The channel name is Dr. Harish Garg. What we have uploaded so far, we have uploaded the two lectures related to the mathematical solutions. All I have explained with the help of the shortcut tricks. You can find these lectures at my YouTube channel. The playlist is CSR UGC Net, and you can see these two lectures are available at this place. Apart from them, there are many other lectures which are available. All I have explained with the help of the shortcut. So let's start with this video. The first question is related to the complex analysis, and why I choose this figure for all of you, because I believe that this question is one of the easiest one, and you can easily get your answer in the 10 second. Can you get your answer in the 10 second? Definitely you can if you have already watched about my previous lecture on the identity theorem. What I told you, whenever you have the complex number or complex function and any function which satisfies certain property like f of z is greater than equal to something, then f must be my constant. Fine. So again, instead of this 10, it is given as a 2024. So what does it implies? That means f of z is my constant. So the B option is the correct option. Now, can f of z be 2024? So remember, this is my constant. So it can be 2024, or it can be 2025, or it can be 2047, or any number. But it is necessary. Fine. So because of necessary, this is cancelled out. If in the given statement it is written as a can be, then this option may be the right. This option is also the right answer. Remember, student, this is the memory based question only. The options and the statement which the student has provided me, I have used that statement. It may happen that none of the options is given you, none of the option that I mentioned here is given you in the examination paper. If that is the case, then you can treat this question as a practice for you, and then think about how you can do the practice for this question. So now I hope why the first option is cancelled, because it is given as a necessary. Is it a 1-1? We all know that if you written as a f of z is my constant function, and constant function is not a 1-1. Why? Because we all know if I gave f of 2025 is same as f of 3045, but 2025 is not equal to 3045. So the f is injective, is the cancel out. Once f is not 1-1, so definitely f is not bijective. So the correct option is B is my right answer. Second question. Now this question is related to the removable singularity, essential singularity, and definitely your reaction will be look like say this. It's a very funny question. How I can say it's a very funny question? Because if you already watch my this PY question lecture, I already explained you this lecture with the help of the 45 plus question, and you can easily solve this question with the help of the 10 second. How? You can simply compute the limit of the function f and the function g at the point 0. If what are my shortcut tricks that I explained you in this lecture? If this limit is my finite, then we call as the removable. If this limit is my infinity, then we call as a pole. If this limit does not exist, then we call as the essential. So that means your target is to only compute at the limit. So what is the limit of the f? So clearly say the limit does not exist. Why? Because you can see what is the limit of the sine 1 over z. This limit does not exist. So once this limit does not exist, that means removable will be cancelled out. Essential is the right answer. Fine. This is the first method. What is the second method? As I told you, you can expand this series, which is 1 over z. What is the sine series? What is the expansion of the sine is? X z cube over 3 factorial plus 1 over z raised to power 5 over 5 factorial, and so on. How many negative term powers? How many negative powers of the z raised to power n? How many terms are there? It has infinitely many terms. So therefore, removable will be again cancelled. Essential is the right answer. Fine. Now, look at the second option, second choice, G. Again, there are the two methods. Firstly, I can use the first method. What is the G is fz into sin z. So over z into, this is my sine z. Fine, I can substitute value of the f. Again, you can find the limit as z approaches 0. So clearly say this limit will be my 1 and this limit is does not exist. Once the limit does not exist, then clearly say it is not a removable, it is only essential. So B and D are the right answer. There is one more method which is also I have explained you in my this PY question of singularity. We all know, since we are talking about the z approaches 0. When z is very small, then we all know sine z is approximately with the z. Then this number will be cancelled out. Then what is my g? G is my sine of 1 over z. And clearly say the limit of the g as z approaches 0 does not exist. Again, you can see it's my essential singularity. I recommended you must watch about my these lectures. Whether your exam is went well or not, you must watch about my these PY question series. You have learned many shortcut tricks. Okay, look at this another one. F of z is my entire function, then the power series convergent to this. Definitely in your examination only the 4 option will be given. Fine. But since this is the memory based questions, I don't know which one is the exact option given provided you in the examination. As I received the different options from the students, I have marked all these questions. How you can solve this question in the 10 second? Again definitely you can, if you have watched already my this PY question series of the power series. Fine. So remember that what is the shortcut text as I give you. If r is the radius of convergence, if radius of convergence is my 0, then the power series converges only at my center. Fine. So what is the center is 0. If radius of convergence is infinity, then the power series is convergent for all those values of the z. Yeah. Now since it's a complex number, so it's all those values in the C. This is a simple shortcut tricks as I mentioned you in this lecture. Now what is given to you? F is my entire function. Then what is the radius of the convergence of this function an? F is the entire function. So or you can say it is a f of z. Fine. Or f of z into zn. If fz is my entire function, then the radius of convergence will be my infinity. Once it is infinity, that means this power series is convergent for all those values of the z in my C. Fine. The first option is the correct option because this is the part C. Now since z is belongs to the R, it is a part of the R is a subset of the C. So definitely it is also belongs to the R. Now 2 raised to power n, that is a 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 8, 16 and so on. Again, this is the subset of the R, is a subset of the C. Yes, it is also the true. And you can see all are the subset of the C. Hence, all are my convergent for this power series. I must suggest you must watch about my these all PY question series. That will not only give you the confidence, they will also boost up your motivation. How you can read the statement and how you can tackle the question in a less second. If you are new to my YouTube video, you can scan and join my WhatsApp group as well. Now, look at this another one. Again, if you read the statement, they are talking about which one of the following is my false statement, and the concept they are talking about the constant function. Fine. So which thing come in your mind when you think about the constant function? That is the identity theorem. Fine. Or you can call as the Leibniz theorem. And if you watch my these two lectures, again you can solve this question in a 10 seconds. How? Remember that this is the shortcut tricks as I mentioned you. When the f is a constant, if the function is entire and either the real part of the f or imaginary part is bounded, either f is bounded or the linear combinations of the u and v is my bounded either above or below, then the function is my constant. Now you can use the same 3 shortcut tricks. We will see about that. F is bounded, then it means a constant. Yes, because by using f is bounded, then f is my constant. So this is my true statement, but we need a false statement. Second part, e raised to power real part of u plus v is my bounded. Fine. If this is my bounded, definitely the function is my constant. That means this option is also the correct statement. So this option is the, because it's a linear combination. You can see again this option will be satisfied. U plus V is my bounded. Again, U plus V is my bounded and U and V are bounded. That means the third option and the first option both are combined at the same time. So yes, this is the constant is also the correct option. So this is my true statement. The only left statement is my last option, which is the wrong statement. How? You can see it's a sign of U plus V. This is the bounded. Every U sign is a bounded function, then F is a constant. That's the wrong function. If I simply take F is my Z, clearly say this is my entire function. Fine. What is my U? U is X. What is my V? V is my Y. So therefore, what is the value of this? It's a sign of X plus Y, which is a bounded function. Once this is the bounded function, then is the F is a constant? F is not a constant function. So that means D is my wrong option of this category. Look at this another question. Oh, definitely. If you, I already uploaded the lecture of the group theory just 1 week before the examination, and I'm very sure that you can solve this question in a fraction of a second. What is the shortcut tricks? As I told you, whenever you have the mapping from the Zm to Zn, how you can find the group homomorphism? GCD of M and N. That means your target is to find the GCD of 150 and 90. Fine. So how you can find the GCD? That's very simple. Clearly says the 30 is the right answer. How? You can see you can factor them. 2 into 75, 3 into 25. These are the factors. 90. 2 into 45, 5 into 9. So that's a prime factorization. So what is the GCD of this? What is the common factor? 2. So 2, 1 is a 3 and second is a 5. So 6 into 5, 30 is the right answer of this problem. Let me know in the comment box, have you watched my this lecture before watching this, before going to the examinations? So let me know in the comment box. And if you already watched them, kindly put a like on this video so that I can remember that you have watched this course, watched my PY question series. Fn is the finite field of order p raised to power n, where p is my prime. Which of the following value of the n, so that means these are the values of the n, does has exactly 6 subfield. I am 100% sure that your reaction after watching this question in the examination will be like, yup, yes. Why? Because you already watched my this lecture, which I uploaded just 2 days back before the examinations. Why I uploaded that? Because I have explained you the shortcut tricks. What is the shortcut tricks? As I told you, the number of the subfield is positive divisors of the n. If you have already watched my this PY question series before the examination, kindly put a like and comment on this video so that I must remember that. So what is that? What is the meaning of that? If Fn is a field of p raised to power 18, n is my, so can you find the tau of 18? So you can write the prime factorization. It's a 2 into 9. 9 is my 3 raised to power 2. So what is the 2 of 1? That is a 1 plus 1 and 2 plus 1. So 3 into 2 6. Yes, it's a correct answer. Look at the second is 32. 32 I can written as a 2 raised to power 5. So that will be 5 plus 1 is a 6. Yes, is the correct option. 64. 2 raised to power 6 is a 6 plus 1 7, which is not as 6. 243. 3 raised to power 5. 3 raised to power 5 is 5 plus 1. That is again 6. So A, B and D are my right answer of this problem. Again, as I mentioned you student, these are only the memory based question. It may happen that few of the options are not correctly mentioned. That it may happen, for example, if some another option, say for example 12 is given to you, whether it's a subfield, you can find the tau of 12. What is that? 2 into 4 into 3. So 2 into 3. So it will be 2 plus 1 and it is a power 1. 1 plus 1 is again a 6. That is also the right option. Similarly, you can find any of the others. If it is given to you, which one of the options, you can check it easily. Now, let I is the ideal of the ring, what is the possible value of the cardinality. What is the shortcut tricks? As I mentioned you again in this lecture, the cardinality of this I will be, if it's a p of x divided by f of x. What is the cardinality of this? P raised to power n, where n is the degree of irreducible polynomial fx. Fine. So now in this case you can see it's a f2x divided by x square 1 minus x square. So firstly, what is my f2? Is it a z2 or any of the others? Because it's a field, it can be of anything, it is not given to you, that's why it is given as a possible. Fine. So firstly your target is to check whether this x square into 1 minus x square, is it irreducible or it is reducible. Fine. So assume that if it is, it's irreducible and f of 2 is a p of p's prime, then what will be the degrees? Irreducible of degree, what is the degree of this? 4. 2 raised to power 4. 16 is the one of the possible degree. Since 16 is the maximum degree, so it is not possible. Now what will happen if this is a reducible? Then it must be less than of this 16. Then what are the possible ways? Either it will be 0, that is a trivial, or either you can write as a factor of the x square, either the factor is 0 x or x square. Fine. Or you can factor as a 1 minus x, 1 minus x square. Fine. Now you can check about that. If this is my irreducible, then 2 raised to power 0 1, possible value is 1. This case is, what is the degree of this is 1. If I look about that, it's a degree is 1 into degree is my 1, so it's a 2 raised to power 4. For this case, degree of this is my 2, degree of this is my 2. 4 into 4 is 16. So what are the possible values are there? Possible values either 1, possible values either 4, possible values either 16. So 1 is the possible, 8 is cancelled, A and C are my right answer of this question. If in the given options 4 is also mentioned, then 4 is also the right answer of this problem. Okay, let V is the vector space generated by the following 3 vectors: 1, 0, 2, 3, 1. Again, as I mentioned you student, these are only memory based question. It may happen that these figures are not the correct ones. Like if I say vector V1, vector V2, vector V3. It may happen that in your examination instead of this 2, it is given as a 4. It may happen that. But anyhow, I will tell you the approach how you can solve this question. Whatever the given options are there, you can check accordingly. Which of the following is belongs to V? That means you are talking about the span. So what is the definition of the span? Alpha 1 V1, alpha 2 V2, alpha 3 V3. Fine. So that means your target is to multiply these 3 numbers by sum so that this happens. Very simple. How you can solve that? If you already watch my PY question of the vector series, the same kind of the question I have already explained that. But anyhow, firstly you can see about the second element. Second element in each case is my 0. So that means whatever you have to multiply, the second element is always 0. But you can see the first option, the second element is a non-zero. So that means first option is cancelled. Look at the other pairs, the second element is fine. Now, if you look about these 2 pairs, the third and the fourth elements are my 0. Is it possible you can make the fourth element as a 0? Yes, you can easily do that. If I multiply this number by 1, this number by -1, fine, this number by any other number, you can see that whatever you have to multiply, the fourth element will be 0. Fine. Now, can you make this number third element as a 1? Yes, definitely you can see 2 minus 1 satisfied. Now, can you make this what should be you can multiply so that it becomes my 1? You can see it is my 1, it is my 5. So that's a -4. So if I multiply this number by 5, then definitely it becomes a 1. So that means this option is the correct option. Similarly, if you look about the last option, I need a 2. If I multiply this number by 6, first number by 1, second number by -1, then you will get as a 2. Yes, this option is also the correct option. Fine. Now, look at the second option. I need a 2 because none of the number is 0. So what I can do, I can write in the equation. So that means 2 times alpha 1, I multiply this by alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3. 2 alpha 1 plus alpha 2 plus 0 alpha 3, I need as a 2. 3 alpha 1, 3 alpha 2 plus 0 alpha 3 is my 3. 1 alpha 1, 5 alpha 2 plus 1 alpha 3 is equal to 8. Now can you find the value of the alpha i's? You can see from these two equations. If I multiply this by 3 and subtract them, alpha 1 will be my 1, fine, and alpha 2 will be my 0. Once alpha 1 is 1, alpha 2 is 0, I can substitute this value. Alpha 3 will be 1, 0, and it will be my 7. Fine. So you can see if you multiply this number by 1, this by 0, this by 7, you can get the same answer. Yes, this also is the right option of this problem. Similarly, if in the examination some another options are given to you, you can check accordingly. So you can see that again, as I told you, these are only memory based questions. May happen that options are not exactly the same. If this is not the exact question, then you can consider this question as a new practice question for you. I hope you can like and comment on this video as well. Now you can see this is the Cauchy problem, and you are sitting in the computer center in the online examination. How you can solve this question in a fraction of a second? Very simple. If you already watched my this lecture related to the 50 plus questions as I explained you in this PY question series, I am very sure that you can solve this question again in a 15-second maximum time period. How? You can see, you can write as a Lagrange equation dx upon dt is 1, du upon 2u. From the first two cases, I can say dx minus t is my constant. From the last two cases, I can multiply by 2 minus, which is a log of u into c, or I can say u e raised to power minus of t is my another constant. From these two cases, I can say x is my u e raised to power minus. Fine. Again, because this is again the memory based question, if this is not given to you, then you can solve the method by using the same approach. I can substitute this condition, x 0, u is my 1 minus sine of t into e raised to power minus 2t. What I told you in my this PY question series, whenever you reach at this point, you can take a is my this number. So it's a phi of a. So what is the value of that t? Is my minus a. I can substitute this value. Sine of minus a is my minus of sine a, and it is e of minus minus plus 2a. I can substitute this value. Phi is my 1 minus sine of x minus t into e raised to power twice of a. A is my x minus, so 2x minus 2t, which is equal to u e raised to power minus of 2t. So can I find the value of u? E raised to power 2t will be cancelled. It's a e raised to power 2x, 1 minus sine of x minus t. Fine. Now that's a complete solution of this problem. Then whatever the given options are there, we can solve this problem. So you can find this value. Again, if instead of this initial condition, some another conditions is given to you, then you can, instead of substituting, you can substitute that initial condition at this point. Now find the value of the 2 pi over pi divided by pi over 2 pi. So what is the answer of this? 2 pi e raised to power 4 pi into 1 minus sine pi is my 0, divided by e of pi into 2, 1 minus is a sine of minus pi is 0. So the right answer is e raised to power 2 pi is my correct answer of this problem. Look at this another one. Now you can see it's a complex analysis question. Again, it's a very simple question. The same question I have already explained in my these PY question series. How you can solve that in a couple of seconds? You can see I can choose any of the numbers from this case. I can choose A is my -1, B is equal to 1. Is satisfied? So which of the following case will satisfied? You can see this case will be satisfied. And R, I can choose any of the numbers. Say R is my 2. So then look at for the third case. Firstly, I is my 1 over 2 pi iota z square plus 1 into z plus 1 z minus 1. Fine. Radius is my 2. So it is my 2 minus 2. Now you can see both the poles, -1 lies here, +1 lies this. So what is the Cauchy residue theorem? I can substitute z is equal to -1 apart from this category. So it will be 1 plus 1 over -1 minus 1 plus. For this case, I can substitute z is equal to 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 1, 2. So this is -1 plus 1 is 0. But he said non-zero. So this option is cancelled. Fine. Now, look at the first option because this category is not satisfied. So what I can do is I can choose the another number. I can choose B is equal to 2, R is my 3. So then 1 is less than 2 is less than 3 satisfied. In that case, your I will be 1 upon 2 pi iota z square plus 1, z plus 1 and z minus 2. Circle whose radius is my 3. What is the pole? Pole is my -1, single pole, my plus, -1 and plus of 2. So what is the right answer? For this case, I can substitute z is -1. What is the right answer of this? 1 plus 1, 2 and minus 3 plus. For this case, I can substitute z is equal to 2, 4 plus 1 divided by 2 plus 1, 3. So that will be -2 over 3 plus 5 over 3. That is the 1. So he said non-zero, correct option. Is it satisfied? 1 less than 2 less than 3 satisfied is a 0, wrong option. Look at the last option. Z A is less than R is less than. So in this case, this example is not satisfied. So what I can do is I can choose B is equal to 4. R is my 3. So you can see this case will be satisfied. I can substitute this number R minus 4. Fine. Now -1 lies in this center. Fine. But 4 lies outside, though this is not a pole. Fine. So that means I have to find only values at z is equal to -1. So that will be 1 plus 1 into -1 minus 4, which is my non-zero. So yes, this option is also the correct option. So this statement is my false. This statement is my false. This statement is my true. And this statement is my true. And you can see if in the examination they are talking about which statement is the false, then B and C are the right answers. Otherwise, A and D are the correct answers. Okay, look at this another one. This is the differential equation. Okay, it's a second order differential equation. Again, a very simple approach. If you already watch this lecture of the differential equation, then you can easily solve that. How? You can see, firstly, I can open this bracket. So x double dash plus y dash minus 2y dash plus y over x is 1. So that will be x square y double dash minus xy dash plus y is equal to x. Fine. Again, student, this is a memory based question. It may happen that some of the figures mentioned in the formula is not exactly given to you in the examination. If it is so, then you can treat this question as a practice. Otherwise, you can solve the same problem, same question in a similar way. What is the form of this? It's a Cauchy-Euler. Fine. Once the Cauchy-Euler, we always take x is e raised to power z. So then, what is the solution of this? It will be d into d minus 1 minus d plus 1 into y. X is my e raised to power z. Fine. It's a x I have taken this. Then can you find the auxiliary equation? It's a m square minus 2m plus 1, 0. So my roots are 1 and 1. So therefore my solution will be c1 plus c2 into z e raised to power z. Can you find the particular integral? So particular integral will be 1 over d square minus 2d plus 1. So it's a case of failure. So I can taken as a twice of this z square over 2 e raised to power, because it's a 2 times case of failure. So my solution will be y is c1. I can substitute the value of the z. Z is my ln of x. Fine. So that will be, or I, because it's a log, I can take it as a log x into x plus z square, that is a log of x whole square divided by 2 into x. Now that's over. Now your target is to solve the problem. Now y of 1 is 0. Y of 1 is equal to 0. What does it mean? Log 1 0, so that's a 0. Log 1 0, that is only c1, so c1 will be 0. Y of e raised to power 4, so e raised to power 4 is a e raised to power 4, since this number is my 0, e raised to power 4, that's a 4 c2, x is my e raised to power 4 plus this is my 4, 4 raised to power 2 is 16, 16 over 2 is 8 e raised to power 4. So can you find the value of the c2? C2 is my minus 1. Fine. So what is my final solution? Is a minus x log of x plus log of x whole square divided by 2 into x. So what is the right answer? I need a e. So what is the value of the phi of e? That is a, so that will be minus e. Log of e is my 1 plus log to the base e. It's a e is 1. It's a 1 over 2 into e. So minus e over 2 is the right answer of this problem. You must watch about my these PY question series. All these lecture as I already uploaded in my YouTube channel. You can see that it's a very simple approach. You can solve this question easy, man. Now look at the next question. This is a function, that's a function of the several variable. Fine. Now again I have mentioned so many options because this is a memory based question I have received from the student side. Also some student has given me that instead of this condition it is given you as x is non-zero and x is 0. So I can solve you by the both way. Firstly I can choose this is option is a correct option and then I can solve this problem. Otherwise I can use this option and then solve this problem. Again, if your reaction related to this question is very confusing in the examination, I must recommend you must watch about my these two lectures. This is related to the differentiability parts and this is related to the continuous part. And I am very sure that you can solve this question in a fraction of second. Remember student, fraction of second. So how you can solve this question? Firstly, I can solve this part by taking x comma y is non-zero and xy 0, and later on I will solve this question with the help of this part. Fine. Okay, firstly I can choose this option. Okay, firstly because that part is very simple. Firstly I can assume that my given options are x is non-zero and x is 0. Fine. What will happen? Or you can choose any one of them. So let's see. Firstly, partial. I can choose this one. What is the definition of the fx? Limit x approaches 0, f of x comma 0, f of 0 comma 0 divided by x. What is the value of the x comma 0? So clearly say x comma y is not a 0 0. Value is my this. So when y is equal to 0, when y is 0, this value will be 0. 0 comma 0 is 0. So the answer is 0. That means fx exists. Fine. Second, partial derivative with respect to y. Limit y approaches 0, f of 0 comma y minus f of 0 comma 0 divided by y. This value will be 0. Limit y approaches 0. What is the value of this? This is the category of this whole. Fine. If x is my 0, clearly say this limit, this function is does not exist. So that means fy is does not exist. So this option is cancelled. Fine. Clear? Now, as I mentioned you in my this shortcut tricks, if either fx or fy does not exist, what does it mean? Function is not differentiable. Fine. Now since in this category I have proved that fy does not exist, it means the function is not differentiable at 0 comma 0. Fine. Now how you can check about the continuity? I can change into the polar form. Fine. If you change into the polar form, what will be my f? It is r sine theta over r cos theta divided by r square. That is r into tan theta, which goes to the 0 as r goes to the 0. So that means the function is my continuous at 0 comma 0. So function is not continuous, cancel, function is continuous, right option. So if this is my correct statement in the examination, then your this fx exists, f is not differentiable, and f is continuous are the right answers. Second way, if in the given statement instead of this category, if it is given that x is my non-zero only and x is my 0, then how you can check about these options? Again, partial derivative with respect to x, we can find x comma 0 minus 0 comma 0 over x as x approaches 0. Clearly say in this case x is my 0, so answer will be 0. In this case y is a 0 and x is my non-zero, I can substitute this, answer is 0 minus 0, that is my 0. So in the both the cases fx existence. Fy, limit y approaches 0, f of 0 comma y minus f of 0 comma 0 divided by y. Clearly say in this case x is my 0, so this category satisfied, so the function will be 0. Again x is my 0, so 0 minus 0 is my 0, that is again existence. So this option is also correct option. Now because both fx and fy are existence, then what does it mean? F may or may not be differentiable. Fine. How you can do that? I can change into the polar coordinates firstly. So f will be again r into tan theta. Fine. So clearly say this function f is goes to the 0 as r goes to the 0. So that means the function is continuous at 0 comma 0. The function is not continuous, cancel, function is continuous. Fine. Now you can check about the differentiability. So clearly say if you take the derivative with respect to, how you can find the derivative at theta is some point, say it will be f of theta minus f of 0. Firstly I can find as a 0, for example it is my theta. Fine. So then this is the first method. I will tell you also the second method. It will be r tan theta minus f of 0, tan 0 is a 0 over theta. So clearly say the limit is not unique. Why? Because for the different value of the theta you can get a different values of the theta. Fine. So that means this limit is not unique, that means it's a not differentiable. Fine. So it's a not a differentiable, cancel. Otherwise the second method, what is the second method is, if instead of the polar coordinate you can use as a function of the several variable, what is given to you, x comma y, which is f of 0 comma 0 plus partial derivative of x, let's say h into partial derivative of the x plus k into partial derivative of y plus under root of h square plus k square function of the h and k. Fine. Now what is the fx? We have obtained that it's a 0. Function of the y corresponding to this case is also 0 at the point 0 comma 0. This is the value of the f of h comma k. F of 0 comma 0, when x is equal to 0, the function is 0 0 0 divided by h square plus k square, which is my phi of h comma k. Now we can see whether the limit existence or not. So clearly say this is h square plus k square divided by x, x is my h, divided by h square plus k square. I substitute this value. Now can you find the limit of this? So limit is my k over h. So clearly say if you take the path as k is equal to mh, fine. So this value will goes to the m and it is not unique. So once it is not unique, that means this function is not differentiable. So therefore the function is differentiable, cancel, not differentiable is the right answer. So you can see Whether the option is x is non-zero, x is 0, then is not a differentiable. However, if this condition is given to you, then the function is differentiable, and is not differentiable is the right answer. So you can see that in all these cases you can get your right answer in a simple manner. I request you, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on my videos. Best of luck, students. We will see the next lecture very soon. Till then, you can share this video with your friends. Happy learning always.